While the average height in the NBA is 6'7", way above the average height of all people, we've seen top NBA talent from both sides of the height spectrum. We saw Yao Ming become the #1 pick at 7'6" and go on to be an 8-time NBA All-Star. But we've also seen players like Muggsy Bogues become a lottery selection and play 15 years in the league, standing at a staggering 5'3". In today's video, I want to look at the best player from every height in the NBA right now. If you guys like the content, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Let's try to get 75 likes on today's video, and let's hop into it. Let's start this off with the shortest height in the league currently. Well, maybe. We usually have at least a couple guys standing at 5'9", but right now the only player that might be in the NBA next season at that height is former MVP candidate Isaiah Thomas. He's been working out and meeting with teams, but is still yet to land a contract. I'm going to make this very clear right now. These are the official NBA listed heights, not my opinions. If you don't think that a certain player is the height that we have him at in this video, take it up with the teams that reported him. Now we go to 5'10", where we've got 4 players: Tremont Waters, Marcus Howard, Jared Harper, Facundo Campazzo, who is clearly the top player from this group. He's really the only player that got significant time this past season. As a 29-year-old rookie, he averaged 6 points and 4 assists a game. At 5'11", we've got 5 players: Frank Mason, Jordan McLaughlin, Chris Chiozza, Carson Edwards, and the top player at that height, DJ Augustin. We really don't have much options, so that's who we've got to go with. At 6 foot, I don't think there's any questions. There's some solid guys here like Kyle Lowry and Kemba Walker, but the top player is Chris Paul. Despite being 36 years old, he's still one of the top point guards in the league, and his value was on full display this past season. The Suns were a team that weren't even in the playoffs a year ago. They add Chris Paul, and they just went to the NBA Finals. 6'1" is actually a pretty close one. There's really 2 players in the conversation: Donovan Mitchell and Trae Young. I know it's kind of weird to have them as the same height, but that's mainly due to Mitchell's crazy length that gives him the ability to play much bigger than he actually is. While Trae Young silenced most of the haters this past season, leading the Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals in just his 3rd season, I still have to give it to Mitchell for now, but this could change as soon as next season. This past year, he averaged 26 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds, shooting 39% from 3. 6'2" is interesting because it's a debate that actually comes up quite often: Damian Lillard or Kyrie Irving. There's really no wrong answer here. This past season, Kyrie shot 50, 40, 90, but I'm going to still give the ever so slightest edge to Damian Lillard. He just averaged 29 points and 8 assists, and over the past 2 years has been a 40% three-point shooter, averaging over 10 attempts a game. This one's going to be interesting to see y'all's opinions in the comments below. Who you taking, Kyrie or Dame? At 6'3", there's really no competition. Despite Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook, and Drew Holiday all standing at this height, it's the greatest point guard to ever touch the NBA court, Stephen Curry. At 32 years old, he averaged 32 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds, shooting an insane 42% from 3 on 13 attempts a game. Man, am I excited to actually see him have a competent roster again next year. Now we've got 6'4", and this one's weird. Going into the video, I thought there would be some really solid options here, but there really isn't at all. You've got guys like Anthony Edwards, Buddy Hield, Jordan Clarkson, and I'm actually going to be giving it to D'Angelo Russell, and I don't even feel great about it. This past season, he was able to average 19 points and 6 assists on decent efficiency. There's a very clear top 3 players standing at 6'5", that being James Harden, Zach LaVine, and Devin Booker. I think the more interesting conversation is who's the second best player here, because we all know the best player standing at 6'5" currently is James Harden. He really embraced the point guard position after joining the Brooklyn Nets. He was able to average 25 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds, shooting 47% from the field and 37% from 3. 6'6", we've got some solid options, such as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and DeMar DeRozan, but the top player currently is Jaylen Brown. Brown's career right now is on a crazy upward trajectory. This past year, he was able to average 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists, shooting 48% from the field and 40% from 3. I'm really excited to see where he goes from here. 6'7" has some of the top talent in the league, and that shouldn't be surprising with it being the average height of the NBA. You've got guys like Chris Middleton, Jimmy Butler, and Gordon Hayward, but as you guys probably know, this is between 2 guys, Kawhi Leonard and Luka Doncic. I think Luka gave us a pretty strong case for the title, given he just took Kawhi to a Game 7 with an undoubtedly worse supporting cast. But I think for right now, we do have to give Kawhi the slight edge with how well-rounded his impact is on the game. But this is going to be a very interesting one to look back at in a year's time. Luka Doncic is in just his 4th season in the league. This one could definitely change. 6'8" is a similar situation. You've got 3 guys, Paul George, Brandon Ingram, and Jason Tatum. Paul George gets a lot of hate, and while it's pretty funny, he's still an elite two-way wing in this league, but I don't think he holds the title. I think the best player at 6'8" right now is gonna be Jason Tatum. Now this one might be slightly controversial, but I stand by it. Like Paul George, he's able to make an impact on both ends, and this past season really took the jump to becoming one of the top scoring threats in this league, and I don't think he's gonna slow down anytime soon. I really think this is another one that it's going to be fun to revisit in a year's time, because I'm truly expecting a big jump out of Brandon Ingram. At 6'9", you've got guys like Bam Adebayo, Blake Griffin, and John Collins, but there are very few, if any, players that are going to beat out LeBron James for the top player at his height, so with him being here, he's the top player at 6'9". Now, it's kind of weird to have LeBron at 6'9". Leading up to the NBA, making teams report official heights, it seemed like you were always referring to LeBron as 6'8" or 6'7", but I guess our lives are just a lie. At 36 years old, he's coming off a season where he was in the MVP conversation for a portion of the year before dealing with injuries. He averaged 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists, shooting 51% from the field and 37% from 3. 6'10" is another weird one, as it just feels like the guys here are different heights than they actually are. You've got Anthony Davis and Kevin Durant. A year ago, I would have thought there's no chance that Durant would be competing for this title coming off a torn Achilles, but here we are. Not only do I have him as a top player at 6'10", but he might just be the best player on the planet right now. This past year, he was able to average 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists, shooting a ridiculous 54% from the field, 45% from 3, and 88% from the line. At 6'11", we've got some of the league's best, such as Giannis Antetokounmpo and Nikola Jokic, but they got unlucky standing at the same height as Ben Simmons, who I think we just have to give it to. Obviously, I'm joking. This one's another very, very close one. You've got the reigning MVP versus the reigning finals MVP. I think this is extremely close, maybe closer than most of y'all. While Jokic just put together one of the most impressive offensive seasons from a center we've ever seen, I'm still going to give it to Giannis with his ability to just be league-breaking on both ends of the court. 7 foot is one I had to think about for a while. I just couldn't make up my mind. Do I go Joel Embiid or do I go Poku? It was close. I spent days trying to make up my mind, but as much as I love Poku, I have to go with Embiid. Like Giannis, Embiid is one of the most intimidating forces on both sides of the ball. This past season, he averaged 29 points and 11 rebounds, shooting 51% from the field and 38% from 3, while being an elite level rim protector and overall defender. After 7 foot, we enter the giants of the league. At 7'1", you've got 3 players, 2 of which I'm not even gonna bother pronouncing. The best player here is Rudy Gobert. Despite being absolutely exposed by the Los Angeles Clippers for being able to be game planned off the court, he's still one of the best rim protectors we've ever had. 7'2" is actually pretty interesting. You've got 3 players, fan favorite Bol Bol, Luke Cornett, and Moses Brown. Now Bol Bol very well might be the best player at this height, but we just haven't seen enough from him at the NBA level, which truly isn't his fault, and I hope that changes very soon. So I think I'm going to give it to Moses Brown. Brown's been shuffled around the league this offseason, but he's going to be taking the court for the Mavericks, and I think this is a very underrated addition. He's on one of the best contracts you're going to find, and while he doesn't have a flashy game, he's very solid. He's there to do just a couple things: defend the basket, which he's very good at, and grab rebounds, which he can do with the best, especially on the offensive side, where he averaged nearly 4 a game this past season. Then you go to 7'3", and there's only one player. That's the unicorn Kristaps Porzingis, who, despite being the 3rd tallest player in the whole entire league, plays like he just might be the shortest player in the whole entire league. At 7'4", we again only have one player, that being Kristaps' teammate Boban Marjanovic, who since coming to the NBA has been very solid in his time out there. It's just hard to give him more than like 10 minutes a game. Lastly, we've got the tallest player in the NBA, none other than Taco Fall, standing at 7'5". We haven't gotten to see much out of Taco Fall, but every time he's out there, everyone's eyes are peeled with just how funny he is to watch. This offseason, he signed a 1-year, non-guaranteed deal to join the Cavaliers. Now, I really think we're going to see a lot less teams taking shots on these freak of nature giants. In today's game that demands so much more than blocking shots from the center position, it's hard for these guys to keep up, and I really don't think that's going to be changing anytime soon. But that's the video, guys. You guys tell me your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.